Friend or Foe by John Sobel. This is how it was. A lonely mouse lived in a small house beside a great palace. In the great palace lived a cat. Every evening the mouse crept along the rafters and out onto the roof. Every evening the cat climbed the stairs to the palace tower and sat in the highest window. Every night, as darkness settled, the cat peered down at the mouse, and the mouse stared up at the cat. And this is how it was. The palace only had one entrance, and it was carefully guarded. Nobody entered, and nobody left without the queen's permission, not even the cat. One day, the mouse noticed a tiny hole in the palace wall. He stared at the hole for a whole day. He was wondering if, after all those hours of looking at each other, he and the cat were friends. The more he thought about it, the more curious he became. Was the cat his friend? Well, he wanted a friend. Finally, he made up his mind. Slipping quietly out of his house, he squeezed through the tiny hole and into the palace. Inside it was dark, and the stone floor was cold. The mouse heard voices approaching. He sank into the shadows. People went past wearing glittering robes, laughing and joking. They didn't see the little mouse at their feet. As the mouse climbed the stairs to the palace tower, he began to grow afraid. What if he was wrong? If he was, the cat was going to tear him to pieces. Still, he kept climbing. Was the cat friend or foe? He had to know. It took all day just to climb the stairs, but finally, as the sun was setting, the mouse reached the top step. He peered around the great oak door, and there was the cat sitting on the windowsill, staring at the empty rooftop below. Carefully, the mouse crept closer. Suddenly, silently, he climbed the thick velvet curtain by the window. Finally, he sat on the stone windowsill next to the cat. The cat was still staring with wide eyes at the house far below, searching for the mouse. She had no idea that he was so near. At last, gathering all his courage, the mouse squeaked, "Hello, are you my friend or foe?" The cat whirled around. She spied the mouse and leapt high in the air. She had never been so surprised in her life. The mouse studied the cat's whiskered face as she flew through the air. At first, he felt sure he was going to be eaten. Then he changed his mind. Perhaps they were friends after all. Friend or foe, thought the mouse. In a moment, I'll know. But as the cat spun to face the mouse, she slipped. The mouse reached out with his paw, but it was too late. The cat fell from the windowsill. With wide eyes, the mouse watched the cat fall. The cat fell with a long howl from a high palace tower, but being a cat, she landed safely outside the palace walls. A moment later, a woman came out of the small house and scooped up the cat. "Why, we've been waiting for a cat, and now here you are. Dropped right out of the sky, didn't you, Puss?" The woman gave the cat a saucer of milk. "Stay as long as you like, so long as you get rid of that mouse that creeps along the rafters every night." A cat lives in the small house beside the great palace. In the great palace lives a mouse. Every evening the mouse creeps up to the stairs to the palace tower, and every evening the cat climbs up to the roof of the house. The mouse looks down at the cat, and the cat stares up at the mouse. Every evening the mouse wonders, friend or foe? and every evening he sighs, "I don't know."